Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091 and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path. Last time we left off, well, we listened to Larry regarding his, logic chess game there, and we finally got out that he was in the Autumn Palace, and he had a creepy drawing, and now we're here in the Autumn Palace, and, well, sure enough, it seems like it was kind of covered up to make it look like the Winter Palace. And now we have to hear Mr. The Best's shining logic regarding why he thinks Larry is the culprit. Which we already know it cannot be him. It can't. So let's just hear what he has to say. That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best victim. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical he found in paint, right? So as he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. So, what do you think, Justine? We cannot ignore the possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else, did you cause the poison gas to go off? The only thing I leave behind is the bond of love with you. Please watch what you say. My gavel's already prepared to declare you guilty. Please pay no heed to this man's statements. Hey, you guys! Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you already admitted defeat, you should take your leave. Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning, you'll do it anyway. So, let's see here. He says the artist is the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. That is stupid. Indeed, at first glance this man seems suspicious. However, at first glance, what's with that first all of a sudden? Are you trying to steal my spot as the star that shines best? Huh? Will that make me the best artist? Larry, don't make this any more confusing than it already is. Mr. The Best, continue your reasoning now. The poisoning was caused by normalium, a chemical we found in paint, right? Well, so I want to take a look at all the information we have here. So we have we have a file for the thing here. Okay. No. Wait. Oh, so he's current. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Found guilty of murder. Is now currently serving jail time. We knew that was gonna happen, right? Because no one lost to Von Karma until Phoenix came into play here. Art gallery pamphlet. Yep, that does look a lot like the Pisces and Taurus statues, except they covered up the bottoms there. Here's a sketch. Now, see, here's what I don't understand. Is like he has like the blood thing, but then there's also we can already see that the case is already opened. There's like a pink puddle and a plunger right there. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. Unless that's supposed to be some type of... Maybe that's supposed to be paint or one of those chemicals? The white Fetalia mixed with the red normalium caused a chemical reaction. Well... So I'm thinking here, because he says the poisoning gas was caused by normalium. I wouldn't say it was caused by it. It's more caused by Fetalium. So, yeah. Normalium is normal. It's a normal substance you can find in paint. However, you would need a Fetalium to do it, you know? Mr. Best, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star. It shines the best like a shooting star, right? It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. The poison gas originated from inside a glass case from the Pisces sculpture. Exactly! So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used normalium in his red paint! As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and Fetalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself. Really? But I thought I heard that normalium caused a fatality. Don't tell me you just misheard a forensic report. Darn it! By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. And it is time for you to realize how incapable you really are. Hey, what do you mean by incapable? You tried to use that word earlier, but you still don't know what it means? He means to say you are lacking in ability. Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning. I get it! You're making fun of me again, aren't you? I'm merely saying you were incapable in your investigation. Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement. What kind of doubts? For all we know, Mr. Artist could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time. That's... Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case? The most important thing now is not the red paint, the red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how were these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern here. Well, naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now. I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I like to cooperate. Don't tell me you're gonna say you know what the cause of the poison gas. How the poison gas started. I have something that may have shed some light on this matter. Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff. Come now, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with. If you say so, Sebastian. Come on, show us! How did the poison gas start? Well, how did it start? Well, wait a minute. Something tells me this must have been used to heat up the gas, but not how did it start? He's trying to say like where, like the origin of it. Didn't they say that it was within the case? So yeah, I guess it started in here. Surely you aren't saying that this was the cause of poison gas. It seems even you've noticed it. Duh, it really stands out. Those red tears that Lara saw were undoubtedly normalium. Huh? Wait a second. If those were chemicals, does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas? I don't have time to play along with him. The red tears of normalium could not have triggered a poison gas by itself. That red liquid is mixed inside the case to create the poison gas. What? What did you, but just where do you see evidence that the chemicals were mixed? That can also be seen in the sketch. Oh, I guess that's what that thing looks like Pepto-Bismol is. It's this pink liquid, then. I guess I should have figured that out, because in the evidence file of the chemicals, I mean, it did have a pink liquid to it, so, yeah, there you go. A pink liquid can be seen flowing out from under the case of the Pisces sculpture. This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed. Hold on a second, I still don't get it. How does this show that normalium and fatalium were mixed? Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist, so you should know more about mixing paint, right? What do you add to red to make pink? Don't take me for a fool, Edgy. I'll have you know I graduated from middle school. You add white to red to make it pink. It's common knowledge. Well, technically there's rose pink, baby pink, and several others. That's enough. Now, do you understand, Mr. Best? That's how it is. By mixing red normalium and white fatalium, you get a pink liquid. Yes, exactly. Took him long enough. I see. It looks like Mr. Best finally gets it. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility here. Do we really know if the color was the result of the two chemicals mixed together? Furthermore, the sketch was drawn by the suspect. I cannot put much faith into it. I just painted what I saw. How can that be a lie? Mr. Artist, I do not permit you to speak. Ugh, so cold. That's part of our charm. Of course, I intend to bring truth to light immediately. It would not be wise to jeopardize your position even further. Aren't you going to answer my question from before? How do you know that Mr. Artist did not enter the Autumn Palace? If you cannot prove this, there's no room for you to argue any further. Hey, couldn't we find that out if we talk to the victim, pal? The victim, Dan Gustavia, remains unconscious and is in critical condition. Oh, well, that's right. Well then, Sebastian will be investigating the crime scene now. All of you, please vacate the premises. Who's that? Oh, Larry. If you were to take a stand in court, you'd cause a lot of trouble for the presiding judge. Is there something you would like to say, Mr. Artist? Hold your horses, Miss Cool Beauty. My name is Justine Courtney. Please don't address me by such a strange title. Oh, you finally told me your name. Pleased to meet you, Justy. I'm Maurice Donim, but you can call me Maurice. Mr. Artist, please get to the point. I just remembered something I haven't had a chance to say yet. When I first got to this room, it was locked, so I couldn't go in. But then, that old dude just suddenly fell through. It would appear that the palace rooms can be locked from the inside. But just because you say it was so doesn't mean the door was locked. Without proof, your statement holds no value. Well, why did I let Uncle Ray prove it for you? What? After all, we can confirm the room was locked too. Right, Miles? Yes, I remember as well. Yep, he thought the Winter Palace was right there, and it wasn't. It was locked. Yep, locked up. Until the gas outbreak, no one could have entered this room. Perhaps the suspect entered the room with the victim during a gas outbreak. As you can see, this man did not inhale any of the gas. If you examine his belongings, you'll find he wasn't carrying a gas mask either. Is that so? Well then, I have no choice but to agree. That was easier than I expected. Anyway, I presume this clears any suspicion surrounding Larry. It seems Mr. DeBest's logic was off once again. Hahaha, not exactly. I just didn't have enough information, that's all. Therefore, my reasoning was just before its time. He sure is a grand way of saying that things didn't work out for him. Well, in that case, there's one more suspect who is yet to take a stand. Mr. Artist, you are free to go. Huh? If I wanted to talk to you a little more, Justy. Overruled. Your cold demeanor leaves me mesmerized all the more. This other suspect is a pharmacist by the name of Delicious Scones. It would have been difficult for this artist to obtain a fatalium from Megatoxin X, but a pharmacist may have knowledge of how to do that. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Sebastian, it would be best if we brought her in quickly. Best if we brought her in quickly. Sounds good. Leave it to me. Hey, Flatfoot, keep up the investigation. Got it. Don't tell me. Judge Courtney suspected her from the very beginning. So Mr. DeBest's logic wasn't any help at all. Judge Courtney, just what is she thinking? I don't know. What could she be thinking? Well, as I said before, I don't know. It's only 14 minutes in. I'm afraid if I continue on, I'm not sure how much longer it's on. Well, screw it. I was going for just a teeny bit more. Why the hell not? It's nice having some longer episodes. That was kind of quick from one thing to another, though. Well, kinda. Whatever. Because I'm doing this all in recording, like one recording session. I began a session with when we started with Gregory. What was it? When we were checking out the castle, Delicio's room. That's when I first started this recording session. So I had a lot of episodes down today. She said it would only be a 10-minute recess. They sure are taking an awfully long time. Ahem. Sorry to keep you waiting. Prosecutor DeBest presents Miss Delicious Scones. yes, see, you called, so here I am. She looks exactly the same for 18 years later. It is I, Delicious Scones, a pharmacist who makes delicious drugs. But you can call me Miss Delicious. You can call me Mr. The Bestest. Oh, nice to meet you, bestie. They've gone straight to nicknames. Huh? That boy! He reminds me of someone. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory's son. Yes, see, nice to meet you, Miley. Could you please not call me Miley? Meeting Greggy's boy. I guess it's a sign I'm getting old. How old is this woman? Seriously, we don't know how old she is. Sebastian, isn't there something you'd like to ask Miss Pharmacist? Oh, right, yeah, Miss Delicious, could you tell us the reason why you came to the gallery? Well, yes, see, I came to see the curator, Katie. I've been friends with her for 18 years, so I visit her quite often. Is it true, Miss Pharmacist, that you also assisted in the treatment of Mr. Gustavia? Well, I guess that you could say that, although I only made the antidote for the doctor. Wow, you made an antidote on the spot? Well, yes, see, as long as I have the right ingredients, I can make any drug easily. The infirmary here is well equipped, you see. Instead of sending him to the hospital in critical condition, we treated him right away. I did all I could. The rest depends upon his body's ability to recover. Do you know the victim, Miss Delicious? Well, yes, see, although it's been 18 years since I last saw him, I only knew that he had become a world-famous pastry chef. Eh? Is the victim that famous? I heard on the news that he had won a competition for designing desserts. Well, that reminds me, I do remember him mentioning something about studying design in Zhangfa. Now, let's get down to business. Miss Pharmacist, are you familiar with the drug Megatoxin X? Well, yes, see, it's the drug that's used to kill those things. It's mega effective. Because the effects are so potent, it's not available to the general public. What are those things you're referring to? It's a drug for vanquishing the creatures that strike fear to the heart of any lady. The ones that often infest kitchens and the like. Oh, I think I know what she's talking about. So, Miss Pharmacist, may I ask you one more thing? Do you know what happens when you mix Normalium with Fatalium? Well, yes, see, I know. It's even written on the warning label for Megaton X. Hazardous when mixed. When the two drugs are mixed together, a chemical reaction occurs and a gas is released. Inhaling a large amount of this gas can cause breathing difficulties, and even death. From the amount of poison gas Gusty breathed in, I think there was probably at least 500 milliliters of each chemical in the gas. As expected of a pharmacist, she's very well informed. Normalium is an adhesive liquid that becomes hot as soon as the heat is applied. It also has a red color and a minty fragrance. Due to its low cost, it's used everywhere. Fatalium is a white, watery liquid. That's enough for now. As expected of a pharmacist, you're very knowledgeable. Well, yes, see, of course I am. Megatoxin X is one of the chemicals that the company I work for produces. Oh man, she's really digging herself in a hole here. Oh, but not just anyone has access to it. It's so potent as a poison that it couldn't be sold to the public after all. Thank you. I think that's all I need to hear. Does Judge Courtney suspect her? What is she hiding behind that smile of hers? Oh? Flatfoot, have you made progress in investigation or something? Well, yeah. Let me tell you. The glass cases that contain the sculptures can be opened by mechanism in the lid. What strange cases. The temperature in the cases can be lowered down to 0 degrees. The inside of Pisces case was set to 27 degrees, so my hand nearly got stuck into the ice. Good thing it didn't. So then, from the lid of the Pisces case, you detected slight traces of Normalium. Eh? Not bad. Huh? If the Normalium was in a glass case at a temperature at 27 degrees, then it would have been frozen to the lid. Huh? Really? So, what happened? Mr. Best, why don't we try borrowing the power of Kay's little thief? I think the circumstances will be easier to understand if we use our Mr. Thief. So you really want to help me out that much? Fine, I'm not really sure how this all works, but you, get on with it. I hate being bossed around by this guy, but to arrive at the truth, I'll do it. Stop acting as you please. The goddess of law has no need of your power. Don't be such a stick in the mud, Courtney Pie. We have approval of the prosecutor in charge, so what's the problem? Could it be there's something the PIC doesn't want us to find out? That's none of your concern. If you insist on participating in the investigation, then let me check if you're qualified for by asking you a question. What is she planning on doing? Who set off the poison gas? If you can answer me that, I'll allow you to work with us. Well then, Miles, the person who opened the Pisces case and set off the gas. When you think about the circumstances, there's only one person it could have been. Well, yes, considering the circumstances, it's clear who it was. So please give me your answer. Who set off the poison gas? And the person who did it? We'll find out in the next episode. Because I kind of need to take a break. Maybe we'll do another recording session later on, or another day. But for right now, I gotta take a break. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path. I'll see you guys later.